Canadians are known for their politeness, love of hockey, bacon, maple syrup, and wearing jean shirt, jean jacket. But what about beer? It supposedly defines Canada, according to beer writer Stephen Beaumont, and its climate was perfect for making it before refrigeration was even a thing. But is it good? Is that true? Welcome to Beer Geek. The founding fathers and mothers of Canadian beer are John Molson, Alexander Keith, Thomas Carling, John Kinderlabat, Susan Oland and Eugene O'Keeffe, who within 100 years of each other set up breweries that would conquer a nation and the world. Our story starts post-Prohibition. Despite a relatively powerful beer industry and a working class population that loved the stuff, a ban was put in place leading to the closure of 3/4 of Canadian breweries. After 1928, breweries began popping up and re-emerging out of the woodwork. Namely, Labatt, started in Toronto in 1848, now owned by Anheuser-Busch InBev. Molson, founded in 1786 by Brit John Molson in Montreal and now owned by Molson Coors. Sleeman, started in Guelph in 1834 and now owned by Sapporo of Japan. And Alexander Keith's, founded in 1820 in Halifax and now owned by Anheuser-Busch InBev. Yes, I see a trend here. The friendliness of Canadians must have resulted in these major national breweries being bought out by the world's big breweries in the space of 10 years. Not good. And by the end of 2006, 90% of beers drunk in Canada were domestically produced by non-Canadian breweries. Despite all of this, Canadian craft breweries have exploded onto the scene in the past 15 to 20 years, all keen to get the slither of market share that's left. So what sort of beers are these breweries producing? Well, apart from the nation as a whole loving pale lagers and other popular world styles, there's a couple of styles that are indigenous to the Canadian massive. Spruce beer is actually apparently more popular as a non-alcoholic drink now, which is always a great sign of a quality beer. Originating in the 16th century to help avoid scurvy, it's traditionally brewed in bathtubs at home and fermented on rooftops. The main ingredient of spruce tips is accompanied by a top fermenting yeast and no malt. Instead of malt, toasted bread is added, with maple syrup generally being the main flavour. Is that really a thing? Surely not. Ice beer, well, let me guess, it's ice and bacon and just grass, coming soon from Molson Coors. Its home is in Canada, but its inspiration comes from the Eisbocks of Germany. Eisbocks are made by partially freezing a Doppelbock. Basically, because the freezing point of water is higher than that of alcohol, you can chill it down, scrape off some of the ice crystals, which will give you a higher alcohol content and a bigger flavour. All the big names make it, like Carling Ice, Molson Keystone Ice, Bush Ice, Labatt Ice. What is this thing? Cream ales are a crisp, pale lager with more of the complex aromas of an ale. From what I can see, it's a style that's completely open to interpretation, with macro brews differing entirely to the craft attempts. The first Canadian craft brewery was Horseshoe Bay, founded in 1982, and since then, loads of critically acclaimed breweries have popped up. These include Brasserie Dieu du Ciel, Brewer, Four Winds Brewing Company, Driftwood, Central City, Muskoka Brewery and Great Lakes. What's great about Canada is the regional styles of Canadian beer really reflect the history and culture of those regions. You have Atlantic Canada with its British styles, Quebec's Belgian styles, Ontario with more German and Eastern American influences, and British Columbia with a more style eccentricity like the US West Coast. A staggering 46 of Beer Advocate's top 100 Canadian beers brewed in Quebec, with the Brasserie Dieu du Ciel topping the list with 17. I'm sure that's not all there is to say about Canadian beer, but we're gonna stop it there. I guess I'm gonna have to go to Canada and try everything out, especially ice and spruce beer. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to give us a like, drop us a comment if you love a particular Canadian beer, or what the hell you think of ice and spruce beer, if they're even actually a thing. Remember to check us out on Facebook as well. We got a bunch of exclusive episodes down there. Facebook.com/pint-sized-thinking. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Remember to subscribe if you like what you saw, and I'll see you all next time. Brewer, 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 brewer.